41 cars went in. Only 40 get to race. And by Saturday night, somebody's championship dream dies before the chase even starts. This is Daytona, the track that doesn't care about your points, your sponsors, or your story. It only cares about who's fastest when it matters. And this week, one driver is already staring down elimination before he ever turns a wheel in anger. The NASCAR Cup Series rolls into Daytona International Speedway this Saturday night for the Coke Zero Sugar 401 and 60 laps, 400 miles, and the last shot at Daytona Magic before the postseason kicks off. 41 teams showed up to fight for 40 spots. 36 are locked in, the charter teams that race every week, no matter what. But 5 more teams are showing up uninvited, fighting for just 4 open seats. The headline name in that fight, Corey Heim, wheeling the number 67 for 23XI Racing. He's not full-time, but he's already got 2 Cup Series wins this year. Coronado and Indianapolis, he's proven he can win. Now, he has to prove he can even make the field. The other outsiders trying to crash the party, Joey Gase, Casey Mears, Gaulding, and Daniel Dye. 4 teams, 4 underdogs. Only 3 of them survive qualifying. Here's what makes this bigger than a normal entry list. Daytona is the last race before the chase, the last chance for bubble teams to make a statement, steal a bit of momentum, or in the case of these part-time squads, simply prove they belong on a Cup Series racetrack at all. For the 36 chartered teams, this race is about survival of a different kind. Superspeedway racing means chaos. Multi-car wrecks, the dreaded Big One fields getting shuffled in an instant. Playoff-bound drivers with something to lose are walking into the one race where being fast doesn't guarantee being safe. For the underdogs, it's personal. Corey Heim isn't just filling a seat, he's building a resume. 2 wins as a part-timer is the kind of stat line that gets a driver a full-time ride next season. Daytona is his chance to remind everyone he's not a novelty, he's a threat. And then there's the math that's already working against one team before the green flag even drops. Let's talk about the qualifying situation, because this is where it gets ruthless. NASCAR caps the field at 40 cars. That means one of these 5 open teams goes home without racing a single lap. The fastest 4 in qualifying make the cut. Simple, brutal, no sympathy. But here's the twist that should worry Beard Motorsports and Casey Mears specifically. If rain wipes out qualifying, NASCAR doesn't flip a coin. They go to owner points. And right now, the number 62 car sits dead last in owner points among this weekend's entries. Translation, if the skies open up on qualifying day, Mears doesn't even get the chance to fight for a spot. He's out before the race weekend really begins. That's the kind of scenario that should terrify any small budget team. You show up, you bring sponsors, you bring hope, and the weather alone can end your week. Now, flip to the strategic side for the chartered teams. Daytona Superspeedway Racing rewards patience and punishes ego. The smart move for playoff caliber teams is simple. Stay out of the first wreck, conserve equipment, and be in position on the last 10 laps when it actually counts. Push too early and you're loading a wrecked car onto a truck before you ever get to show what you're capable of. Is aggressive Daytona racing smart or dangerous? Both. That's what makes it great television and a nightmare for crew chiefs. Fans of the smaller teams are going to be locked in on qualifying like it's the main event. Every fan of Joey Gase, Gaulding, or Daniel Dye knows their driver isn't just racing for position, they're racing for relevance. Meanwhile, hardcore Cup fans are going to be split on Corey Heim. Some see him as the most exciting story of the year, a part-timer outracing full-time veterans. Others will argue this is exactly why the charter system needs a hard look when an open team can outperform teams paying for guaranteed spots. And Beard Motorsports fans, they're going to be watching the sky more than the leaderboard. Best case scenario qualifying happens as scheduled. Corey Heim walks in a strong starting spot, and by Saturday night, he's not just making the field, he's contending for stage points and putting even more pressure on 23XI to give him a full-time seat in the near future. Worst case scenario, rain hits qualifying owner points decide the field. Casey Mears and Beard Motorsports are sent home without ever racing. And the story of the weekend becomes about who didn't get the chance to compete rather than who won. Either way, Daytona is about to remind everybody why it's the most unpredictable racetrack in America. So here's the question. Should NASCAR change the rainout rule that lets owner points decide who races, or is that just the cost of doing business at Daytona? Drop your take in the comments. Tell me who you're riding with Saturday night. The underdogs trying to crash the field, or the playoff contenders trying to survive the chaos. If you want breakdowns like this before every single Cup Series race, make sure you're subscribed because Daytona is about to get wild.